Prohibition, also known as the 18th Amendment, started in 1920 and completely banned alcohol in all of the United States.
In post-1917, the sale of alcohol decreased because of the Prohibition, which banned alcohol sale in the United States. So the society took other routes to get their hands on alcohol, which ran the United States. They set up speakeasies, which are illegal bars that sold alcohol to the general public, and the consumption rate of alcohol decreased slightly, but it was still pretty flourishing during the days of the Prohibition. So yeah.
Prohibition began under President Woodrow Wilson. It was tolerated under President Harding, President Coolidge, and President Hoover. Finally, Prohibition came to an end under President Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
I got the time, I got a lot of love, where's that rhyme? But I got nobody to hear my song, so I'm humming to myself.
Many people like these women supported the 18th Amendment and were completely against alcohol.
So in order to receive all this alcohol, the speakeasies had to buy illegal alcohol from across the border, such as Canada or Mexico. These people that would ship the alcohol from state to state, from country to country, used illegal tactics and methods. These people were called bootleggers, modern-day gangsters. They ran the towns and pretty much the country's economy. In addition to affecting price and quantity, prohibitions potentially increase violent and non-violent crime. Participants in illegal trade cannot use the legal and judicial system to resolve disputes, so they seek other methods, such as violence. Prohibition harmed people financially, emotionally, and morally. Hundreds of thousands of people lost their jobs because of Prohibition. People in the alcohol business had two options: to find lower paying work or become criminals, that is, staying in their profession. It was hard for people to find decent jobs, so it was encouraged for people to break the law just to support their families.
Bootleggers used various ways to transport alcohol, but were sometimes caught by the police, like you see in this picture. Alcohol was hidden in secret places where they were not easily discovered, like the plywood in the back of this truck.
The flappers of the 1920s marked the beginning of a revolution of women. During this time, women ditched their conservative feminine looks and went for clothing, makeup, and hairstyles that were a far cry from the norm and considered inappropriate at the time. The rebellion led to a revolution in women's fashion and women's roles. After World War I, the Roaring Twenties saw lots of change. Women had the right to vote and a new sense of independence and feminism that, when coupled with the popular contempt for Prohibition, may have fueled the flapper fire. These young women were described as giddy risk-takers. They wanted to break away from and defy previous social norms.
Speakeasies were main facilities used to drink and enjoy alcohol while being able to converse with others.
Now my sin is wanting you, though you forgot.
Massive amounts of alcohol were stored in speakeasies as bootleggers continued to bring them in. Sometimes there was so much alcohol brought into the speakeasies that they were easily discovered if the police conducted a thorough search. From lack of alcohol, people protested in public streets by making banners to put on cars and making slogans to show their lust for alcohol.
Finally, Prohibition comes to an end. The 21st Amendment to the United States Constitution repealed the 18th Amendment, which had mandated nationwide prohibition on alcohol in 1920. The 21st Amendment was ratified on December 5, 1933. It is unique among the 27 amendments of the U.S. Constitution for being the only to repeal a previous amendment, and for being the only to have been ratified by the method of the state ratifying convention. Celebration raised, and people could enjoy alcohol in public without worry of being arrested. It was a very happy time in the early 1930s.
Hi, I'm Oskar Claesson. Gangsters are much similar to today's gangster. They ruin people's lives, they ruin families. And most of all, they create tension in society. An example for you guys today would be Ralphie Nucci. Go.
I don't know what to say.
Just talk.
I really don't know what to say.
Say something, say gangster stuff.
I hate gangsters, dude. They're so annoying.
Ralphie, how have gangsters affected your life?
Gangsters kill my family. I'm living at my house right now with nobody except my cat and my dog. And I'm lonely.